Hello everyone and welcome back or welcome to Morgan Mayer Studios and the very delayed part 3 of this little drawing Emporio series that I've done. Sorry for the wait. It's kind of like when a flight gets delayed and then the flight gets canceled and then you have to stay at your hotel for another night and then you turn up the next day and then it gets delayed like 4 more hours. This is basically how this video went through, but sorry for my minor little absence, and I did check my stats the other day, and thank you guys so much for 700. It's meant a lot, but anyways, we are jumping right into getting ready to put some dapples on this guy as I search up some references on my computer. But while we wait, just to catch up on the parts that you missed, if you missed the first 2 parts, first of all, go watch them because this will be a little bit easier to follow with those first 2. But in the first 2 parts, we got down the initial coloring, making sure it isn't too light and isn't too dark, getting down the muzzle, and also talking about how to draw Emporio and bring him to life on this piece of paper so it looks almost exactly like him, which is how I do my commissions, and also adding just a little bit of seasoning style on there too, just to make it original. And here I'm just bringing out some of the shadows on his neck, making them nice and pretty and deep, highlighting those muscles, making sure that I get all the dark points that I want before I put the dapples in, which was the minor mistake I made, but in the end it turned out really good and the dapples had some very lovely shading around. Oh, and speaking of dapples, I already have some dapples in place up on his neck and his shoulders, which I forgot to record, so my bad. And here's the moment that we have all been waiting for, starting in on the dapples on his neck. I'm going to put a reference photo up so you can see the subtle dapples that he has there on his neck. Emporio kind of has some more star-like dapples, so do your best to bring those out and to bring those details out. And when you have them done, blend them in. And now we're going to migrate back up to the neck, and I'm going to add a little bit more to these dapples and darken the area around them and then erase them again. I will be using this method a lot through this video, so bear with me. It's a little bit weird, but bear with me. Getting that eraser and making those little subtle dapples that I had in after coloring over them slightly a little bit more vibrant, and blending them out so they blend in with the rest of his coat and fit in seamlessly. Here, I'm going to stop talking for a little while so you guys can kind of just enjoy this process, because I'm going to be repeating the steps that I have for the dappling for a little while and getting them up into his neck a little bit more, and I will put reference photos up every now and then so you guys can see how I am basically copying how his dapples are laid out onto his neck onto this drawing. I said I wasn't going to talk for a while, but scratch that. Side note, when you are doing the dapples, make sure to get them into the lighter areas too, and when you're getting them into the lighter areas, it looks really good because it kind of like makes them splinter out from dark to light, and they fade away. It looks chef's kiss. It looks beautiful. here I'm touching up the face a little bit and getting that dark spot that Emporio has on his cheek into my drawing, making sure that it matches because it's quite a bit darker than the rest of his face. Here I am revisiting the dapples a little bit and getting them in on his neck. If you look closely at that reference photo, he has that dark spot that is up where his cheek connects to his head and where his ear is, like up in that point. It's going to be covered mostly by his mane in this drawing, but later on I am going to make sure to darken that nice and good because that is one detail that he has that I do want to make sure to bring out. And here I am revisiting that erase the dapples and then blend them in and then color over them a little bit technique that I made up on the spot while I was doing this drawing, because it is starting to look very nice and very seamless onto his neck, and it is starting to look a lot like the photo. And now we are starting in on the shoulder. If I wasn't a lefty, you would be able to see me start to dapple his shoulders a little bit, but because my beautiful, glorious hand is in the way. You guys can't really see that, and I'm sorry. Just give it a minute. It'll go away. Now that my beautiful hand is out of the way, you can start to see his shoulders and how I did that. Looking at the reference photo, his dapples are most prominent where he has that muscle and down by his elbow. See this little round of dabbling that I did a little bit better because my hand is slightly more to the side, and you can see that little same technique that I used in the neck, like they do it and then blend it out, and then erase it a little bit more and then blend it a little bit more. And that is just about it for part 2. On this part, we started in on the dapples, and on the next part, we will be refining those dapples and getting a bit more details in around all of him, getting some hair by hair in, and working on his mane. Thank you for watching this part, and bye!